6 questions that will make a woman obsessed with you. Let's be real. Most men struggle to keep a woman truly engaged in a conversation. They either overthink every word or freeze up completely like a deer caught in headlights. And guess what? Women pick up on that hesitation instantly, and it's a major turnoff. Sure, you might have money, you might have experience, but if you can't spark a conversation that captures her curiosity, you'll always be just another forgettable guy. That's where most men go wrong. They try to impress her with status or accomplishments, but they never make her feel something. Here's the truth. Attraction isn't about what you have. It's about how you make her feel. And if you know how to trigger that deep emotional pull, she won't just enjoy talking to you, she'll crave it. That's why today I'm giving you 6 powerful questions that flip the script. Questions that get inside her head, spark intrigue, and build a connection. Most men will never achieve the key. It's not about chasing her or seeking approval. It's about leading the conversation with confidence, like a true Stoic, because a real man doesn't beg for attention. He draws it effortlessly. So listen closely, because once you start using these questions, she won't be able to get you out of her mind. Question number 1. What's the most attractive quality you look for in a man? This question is a gold mine. It's simple, yet it cuts straight to the core of what she truly values in a man. And the best part? Most guys never ask it. They're too busy trying to impress her, flexing their job, their car, their physique, without ever getting into what actually makes her tick. But here's the thing, women don't just fall for what a man has, they fall for how a man makes them feel. And when you ask this question, you're not just making small talk, you're subtly making her picture the kind of man she wants in her life. Maybe she says, confidence, perfect now. To own every word you speak, hold her gaze a little longer, and exude that quiet, unshakable self-assurance. Maybe she values humour. Great now is your chance to hit her with a well-timed joke and make her associate you with fun. Maybe she admires ambition. Then you naturally drop a line about your goals, showing her that you're a man on a mission. But here's where most guys screw this up. They either ask too early, making it feel like an interview, or they ask in a desperate approval-seeking way, as if they're hoping to fit into her mold wrong move in. Instead, you ask this playfully, like a man who's simply curious, not one who's looking for validation delivered the right way. This question puts you in control of the frame. You're the one leading the conversation, making her engage, making her work for your attention. And this is where Stoicism plays a role. A Stoic man doesn't adapt himself to please a woman. He observes, he listens, and he stands firm in who he is. You don't become what she wants. You decide if she aligns with what you want. That's the difference between a man who commands respect and one who merely seeks it. So next time you're in a conversation with a woman, drop this question at the right moment. When there's already a flow, when she's comfortable, when she's invested, watch how she leans in, how her eyes light up as she talks about the kind of man that excites her. And if you play it right, she'll start realizing you just might be that guy. Question number 2, what do you enjoy most about those close, intimate moments with someone you trust? Question number 2, this question isn't just about words. It's about opening a door into her mind, making her reflect on emotions and experiences she doesn't usually talk about. And here's the kicker, when a woman starts imagining a feeling while talking to you, she begins associating you with that feeling. That's how attraction works on a psychological level. Most guys never even scratch the surface. They stay stuck in surface level. Chatter, where are you from? What do you do? Boring, predictable, forgettable? But when you ask this question, you're doing something different. You're making her feel, you're shifting the conversation into the kind of emotional depth that women crave. Now here's where the real power of this question comes in. Trust. A woman doesn't give her trust freely. She tests, she observes, she analyzes. Women are wired to be selective because biologically they have to be weak men. See this as an obstacle, strong men. They see it as an opportunity when you ask her about those intimate moments she values. You're not being intrusive. You're showing that you understand the game at a deeper level. You're making her reveal what she needs to feel emotionally safe, what she craves in a real connection. And once she tells you, now hold the blueprint to creating that emotional bond. But listen, timing is everything. Drop this question too soon and you'll come off as weird or overly eager. But drop it when the moment is right, when the conversation has already built momentum, when she's engaged, when there's already an unspoken chemist between you and boom. Suddenly, she's opening up, she's reminiscing, she's feeling. And this is where Stoicism gives you the edge over the average guy. A Stoic man doesn't force a moment. He creates the conditions where it can happen naturally. He doesn't chase emotions, he guides them. He doesn't beg for connection. He stands firm in his presence, letting attraction grow on his terms. So when you ask this question, don't rush. Hold the silence if needed. Let her lean into it. Let her invest in the conversation. And as she speaks, observe. Does she light up when she talks about deep connection? Does she get excited, describing playful intimacy? Whatever it is, she's giving you the key to unlocking a deeper attraction. Use it wisely. Question number 3. What do you value most in a relationship? Now we're getting into the territory where most men fail. They never ask these kinds of questions because they're too caught up in the surface level. Crap. What do you do for a living? What's your favorite movie? These are the questions that keep you stuck in the friend zone, safe, predictable, and ultimately boring. But when you drop a question like this, what do you value most in a relationship? You're flipping the script. You're telling her, I'm not here for small talk. I'm here for something real. And that's the kind of energy women notice. She'll feel that differentiation between you and the average guy who can't think beyond his next pickup line. When you ask this, you're inviting her into a deeper conversation. You're not just throwing out a random question. You're asking about what truly matters to her in relationships. And here's the truth. What she values can say a lot about her and where you stand in her world. Maybe she says she values loyalty, trust, or a strong emotional connection. Maybe she talks about her ideal partner being ambitious and hardworking. Whatever it is, question number 3, it's a window into how she sees relationships and what she needs from them. And that's vital intel if you're serious about having any last connection. But here's where the brutality of reality comes into play. Not everyone values the same things. Some women care more about security or attention than emotional depth. Some crave excitement over stability. This is where you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. Is this what I want too? This is a filter. This question not only tells you more about her, but it reveals whether you're actually aligned. No sugar-citing here, no pretending if you're in different places when it comes to the core values of a relationship, then this conversation could end up showing you're not even remotely compatible. And remember, a Stoic man doesn't rush into things. He observes the situation, he takes his time, and he discerns the truth of what's being said. A Stoic doesn't just react to what's in front of him. He assesses, he understands, and he makes decisions based on wisdom, not emotion. When she answers this question, listen. Don't just hear her words, understand her. You're not trying to sell yourself. You're trying to gauge compatibility. Timing, as always, is key. This isn't a question for the first 5 minutes of conversation. It's a question for when the vibe is flowing, when the tension is right, and when the connection is beginning to feel real. It's the question that shifts the conversation from flirting to the raw truth of what people are actually looking for in relationships. So ask it and listen closely, because what she values will either align with your own desires or expose the fact that you two aren't on the same page. And that's something you want to know, no matter how uncomfortable it is to face quick challenge for you, if you're serious about improving your conversations and making her truly obsessed. I want you to drop this in the comments right now. I have the mindset of a high-value man. Not only does this help solidify your mindset, but it also shows that you're committed to growth. Plus, I read every comment, so let me know. What's the question from this list that you're most excited to try? Let's talk down below. Question number 4. What's the most attractive thing in a man? Something that drives you crazy? This is where things start to get interesting. You've broken the ice, built a bit of rapport, and now it's time to turn up the heat with a question that's play, full bold, and gets her thinking. This isn't some random inquiry about her favourite colour or what kind of music she listens to. No, this one digs deeper. Tapping into what really gets her question number 4, attention. And if you play it right, it can ignite a flirty spark that sets you apart from the masses. When you ask her what's the most attractive thing in a man, something that drives you crazy, you're opening the door to her fantasies. Those hidden traits and qualities that make her pulse. Quicken, maybe it's the guy who can make her laugh until her stomach hurts, or maybe she craves someone with raw confidence, a man who knows who he is and isn't afraid to show it. Whatever it is, this question will give you a roadmap to what she's really looking for. And guess what? If you've got any of those traits, it's time to lean into them. Now, let's be clear about something. Timing is everything. Ask this question too early and it could backfire. If you're still in the getting to know you phase, it might come off as too forward. Remember, we're talking about trust here. If that's not established yet, she might feel caught off guard and the whole vibe could go flat. So hold back a little, wait for the right moment when the conversation is flowing, when the energy between you two is undeniable, and when she is comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you. That's when you ask. But here's where the real talk kicks in. This question isn't just about getting her to laugh or share her type. This is about assessing where she's at and whether her desires align with who you are as a man. You see, most guys in the dating game are desperate for validation. They want to hear the things that make them feel good, the stuff they already know about themselves. But that's not what we're after here. This is a moment of self-assessment. If she says something like, "I love a man with confidence," well, that's a golden opportunity for you to own the moment. Flash that playful grin, lean in slightly, and say, "Well, looks like I'm off to a great start." Then let the humour flow. Let her see that you're confident in your own skin, but don't just say it, show it. The Stoic man understands that confidence comes not from words, but from action, the way you carry yourself in that moment, how you maintain eye contact, how you speak with authority. That's the true test of your confidence. And here's where the Stoic philosophy makes a huge difference. Don't obsess over her response. In fact, the Stoic man knows that what she says isn't nearly as important as how you respond to it. You're not trying to win her over with empty promises or grand gestures. You're testing the waters. If she says she loves confidence and you already embody it, great. If she says she loves humour and you've got a good joke in the pocket, even better. But if she's into something you don't have, say a bad boy attitude, or question number 5, a particular lifestyle you don't live, that's when you know to walk away with your head held high. No regrets. The beauty of this question is that it's a litmus test. It's not about finding out what she's into so you can become that man. It's about standing where you fit in her world. Do you meet her needs? Does she like what you bring to the table? And if not, can you still walk away with dignity knowing that your worth doesn't hinge on her validation? Ask this question at the right time, play it cool, and let her answer. Reveal the truth. She'll respect the fact that you're not just another guy fishing for compliments. Instead, you're a man with purpose, a man who isn't afraid to ask the hard questions and seek the hard answers. But remember, this isn't about the right answer from her. It's about you understanding where you stand and making sure you're not wasting time on someone whose values and desires don't align with yours, and that, my friend, is where the true power lies. Question number 5. What's something men do that absolutely annoys you, all right? Let's face it, this question is a bit of midfield. Asking a woman about what annoys her about men could easily backfire if you don't play your cards right. But here's the thing, if you handle it with finesse, it can spark one of the most raw, entertaining, and revealing conversations you'll ever have. And trust me, the payoff is worth it. When you ask her what's something men do that absolutely annoys you, you're essentially opening the door to her real frustrations and pet peeves. But you've got to lightly, this isn't an invitation to get all serious and defensive. If you're coming in with a red pill mentality, ready to drop truth bombs about why she's wrong, you're going to fall flat on your face. Instead, the key here is to keep it playful, funny, and light. Let her unload, but do it in a way that lets you stay in control of the conversation. Now, here's where you need to apply that red pill mindset. Understand that women, just like men, are wired by their experiences. And when they complain, it's not always about you specifically. So don't get defensive when she starts throwing out general annoyances. When she says, "I hate when guys act too cocky," don't take it personally. Use it as an opportunity to show her that you're confident, but not a jackass. Here's where the Stoic approach can save you. The Stoic doesn't get upset by what others say or do. Instead, they see these moments as opportunities for growth. Think about Marcus Aurelius when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When she tells you what annoys her about question number 6, guys, don't take it as a critique of you, take it as a challenge to prove that you're different. Maybe she's frustrated with arrogance. Show her your confidence, but never let it bleed into arrogance. Maybe she hates it when men are too needy. Perfect. Be the guy who is self-sufficient, grounded, and doesn't need her approval to feel validated. Now here's the twist. You've got to inject some humor into this. Humor is your weapon. Why? Because when you turn a potentially uncomfortable situation into a playful moment, you show her that you don't take yourself too seriously. If she says she can't stand overly arrogant guys, flash that grin and say, "Who good thing you haven't seen my last beach photo shoot, right?" It's a joke, sure, but it shows her that you know how to balance confidence with self-awareness. And that's the art. You're confident, but you can also laugh at yourself. That's a rare trait in most guys, and women find it incredibly attractive. You're not looking for her approval, but you also don't mind making her laugh while you're at it. It's this balance that keeps her on her toes, and that's exactly where you want her to be. But make no mistake, timing is everything. If you've just met her or haven't built trust yet, this question might hit too hard. You're asking her to reveal some personal annoyances. So she's got to feel comfortable with you. If you can create a safe space for her to vent, then this can turn into a conversation that builds connection. If you're the type of guy who's too serious or tries too hard to be perfect, you'll miss that opportunity. Also, let's get real for a second. This question is a reality check for you as a man. The truth is, there's no way to avoid annoying people, but what you can control is your response. The Stoic man knows that there are things beyond his control, what she finds annoying, how others react, the way society views certain behaviours. But he also knows that he controls his reaction to these situations. If you can handle her frustrations with grace, humour, and an unshakable sense of who you are, then you're setting yourself apart from the masses. Most guys crumble when faced with criticism or rejection. You turn it into a win, so don't shy away from asking this question. It might feel risky, but if you approach it with the right mix of humour, confidence, and self-awareness, you'll get more than just a laugh. You'll gain valuable insights into what drives her crazy, and more importantly, you'll show her that you're not just another guy, you're a man who knows how to play the game and win question number 6, coffee or beer. At first glance, this question may seem simple, even cliché, but when asked, right, it's a game changer. It's like asking someone their favourite weapon on the surface. It's easy, but dig deeper and it tells you a lot about who they are. Here's the trick. Don't just ask it randomly, build suspense. Try something like, All right, I've got a tough question for you. This creates curiosity and grabs her attention. Now, why does this question work so well? It's not about coffee or beer, it's about setting the tone of the conversation. If she picks coffee, it signals long, relaxed conversations. Maybe at a cafe, beer suggests a more laid-back vibe with an opportunity for chemistry to build. The key is using this question to subtly steer things in your direction, instead of falling into boring small talk. You can use this question to set up a real-world meetup. What's your go-to coffee spot? Maybe we can check it out together, or I know a great place with the best IP pass. How about we grab one sometime? You're not begging for time, you're making moves and setting the stage for something real from a Stoic perspective. It's not about controlling her answer, but controlling your approach. A Stoic man understands how to be present, deliberate and in control of the moment. You're not reactive to what happens. You take charge of the interaction, making every second count without hesitation. How to use this question effectively? 1. Build suspense, tease the question to make it feel important, to guide the conversation. Use her answers to lead to a deeper connection. 3. Don't overthink it. Just in conclusion, mastering the art of attraction isn't about flashy gestures or empty words. It's about cultivating depth, confidence, and emotional intelligence by asking thought-provoking questions and embodying Stoic principles like composure, self-sufficiency, and genuine curiosity. You create an irresistible presence women are naturally drawn to. Men who exude stability, wisdom, and a sense of purpose. When you engage her mind and emotions in a meaningful way. She won't just be interested, she'll be crazy about you.